Hello, welcome. Today we'll be focusing in our prenatal classes, and today's focus will be just kind of an overall balance within our energetic body and physical body. Always take modifications that feel right for you and where you're at in your own pregnancy. For props today, blocks would be great props. If you don't have yoga blocks at home, hardcover books would be a great prop, or even a seat of a chair would be a good prop as well. So, and I will be modifying for my own pregnant body. I am 34 weeks today. I know some of us, are a little bit in our earlier pregnancy phase. Some of us are a little bit later. So again, always modifying what feels right for you in your body. I cannot lay on my backside at this moment in time in my pregnancy, so I will be doing other shapes if we do come onto the back. And for those that are coming onto the back, I'll just verbally cue what you will be doing. Okay. So we'll start in a seated position today, just to draw our energy inward, to center, to ground. So come into a comfortable seat. You're more than welcome to sit in a cross-legged easy pose as I am. Kneeling position is a great seating position too. But whatever feels right for your knees, your hips, your lower spine. And always support. I am sitting upon a bolster. You can sit upon a blanket, a block, a book, or a pillow. All right. So once you found your comfortable seat, allow your eyes to close. Allow your eyes to settle into the sockets, space between your brow, temple, jaw. Allow the tongue to get short and broad and towards the back of the mouth, the throat. And take a moment to shift your body weight slightly forward, backwards, side to side. Just feeling where your sit bones feel rooted, grounded upon your center, beneath the pelvic floor. Now as the sit bones connect, supporting the lower back, pelvis, up through the chain of the vertebra in our spine, out through the crown of the head. Even feel the roof of the mouth and the whole of your heart space from front to back. Find this subtle lift up into space, into the cosmos, as we are supported by our seat, the earth element. And then notice the quality of your breath, your natural breath. Notice as you take breath, prana, life force, energy into the body, how the lungs expand in all directions. Notice how the ribs expand, inviting space into the body. Without losing that space or lift, as you exhale, the sense of drawing further inward, downward, connecting into our seat, stabilizing from our roots, our foundation. And keeping the breath natural, again, effortless here. Just notice the quality of your lung space. The areas that feel more accessible, the areas that feel a little bit more stagnant for you today. Not judging, but again, observing and witnessing. Being curious to each moment. in our physical, subtle, mental, as well as our emotional body, how they all intertwine and connect. We'll start to invite some space with the breath into the lungs. We're going to work with a breath technique called Viloma breath. We'll be breaking up the inhalation in 3 parts. Between each part, we'll hold space. The exhalation will be one long exhalation. I'll guide you through them. We'll do 3 cleansing breaths to start. Draw the navel in, open the mouth, exhale everything out. Take a big breath into the nose. Open the mouth, exhaling everything out. 2 more just like that, big breath in. Open the mouth, exhaling. 1 more time, big breath in. And exhale. Seal your lips. On an inhale, breathe into the nose, count of 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly through the nose. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Last round. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Inhale 3. Hold for 3. Exhale slowly. Allow your next breath to come back into the natural, effortless breath of you and your body. Notice the quality of your breath, the quality of your lung space, the lungs that are contained within the ribs, the lungs that surround the heart. Check in from the front to back, side to side body. Notice any shifts, any changes. And start to find your own equal wavelength breath, sum of routine. So as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, you want to find a count that feels right. And the count of your inhale will match that same count to your exhale and vice versa. If you know Ujjayi breath, invigorating breath, please feel free to invite that into your body. So just feeling the energetic waves. Again, prana, life force, the breath. As you take energy, nutrients in. As you exhale out, giving back, equal exchange. Let's bring the chin into the chest. Just take a moment here, breathing into the back body a little bit more, back of the neck, back of the collarbones, back in the heart space, rib cage. And either keeping the eyes closed or softly open the eyes. Gently bring your head, neck back up to center, neutral. And bring your fingertips out to the sides. Again, if you need to switch up your seat, please do. Be here a little bit longer in our seated position. So fingertips grazing the floor, maybe it's your hands or palms, depending on your arm length, torso length. And then you want to walk your fingertips out to the side so the arms are long, the shoulder heads are soft. Thumbs rotating slightly forward, baby fingers slightly in towards your outer hips. So you find this very subtle external rotation in the upper arms. With your next inhale, find length out of the spine, the crown of your head. And as you exhale, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Just take a few big breaths into the left side of your neck, down to the collarbone, out to the left arm, fingertips. The gravity of the weight, the gravity and the weight of your head, right ear to right shoulder to help open left side. Both shoulder heads are soft, with the shoulder blades slide down the rib cage into the mid-back. But from your base up to the crown of the head, the spine, you find that subtle lift with energy and breath, as well as our deep core muscles to support. Next inhale, you'll walk your left fingertips out to the left until they hover about an inch or so from the floor. Spread the fingers wide. A little bit more into our fascia connective tissue. For some of us, this might be a little bit more intense. We'll come back to the breath. Shoulders are soft. Relax the muscles of the face, the jaw. And you're going to go where you can today in this moment. No force, no push, no pain. Start to float your left arm up, no higher than parallel to the floor. So no higher than your shoulder height. Reach out with the fingertips. Keep your right and left sit bone equally grounding you into the earth. From our base, that support up out to the length of the spine. Feel that subtle lift from the heart space, front to back. And shoulder blades are down the backside, opening out to the left side of the neck. And flex your wrists so the palms turning out, fingertips reaching up and back towards your forearm, reaching out to the center of your palm. Relax the shoulders. From your base, lengthen up, out to the heart. Couple big breaths. Left ear to left shoulder with weight and gravity here. Next inhale, straighten out to the left wrist. We're going to find an internal rotation. Bring your palm to face back behind you, rotating at the shoulder head. You'll bend your left elbow. Bring the back of your hand to the lower spine. Maybe you crawl up to the mid-back, fingertips towards your right shoulder blade. But again, as long as there's no pull in the shoulder head here, left side. Just checking in. And with your next inhale, tilt your chin towards the right shoulder head, right collarbone. They will not touch. Just changing the direction of our neck or cervical spine. Getting a little bit more into the back side, left side of the neck. Take a few big breaths. Next inhale, draw your eye gaze forward. Reach your left arm out to the left, palm facing down. And then as you exhale, fingertips float back to the earth. Gently bring your head, neck back to center. Inhale again, find length and space. On your exhale, let your left ear come to the left shoulder. Just breathing here. Checking in on the, right side of your neck. You might notice any difference or differences between right and left side. Feel your equal body weight distribution from your left to right sit bone. Shoulder heads are soft. The shoulder blades slide down the back. That lift from the heart from your seat. Seat supporting you in this shape. You'll gently walk your right fingertips out to the right until they hover about an inch or so from the earth. Spread out for the fingers. Keep reaching out and down. As if there's still that physical connection, but now it's more of an energetic connection here. Fingertips to the earth. Relax the jaw, muscles of the face, space between your brow. Again, you go where you can, what feels right. Start to float your right arm up, no higher than parallel to the earth, no higher than your shoulder height. Reaching off the fingertips. Left ear to left shoulder. Relax the jaw, the muscles of the face. Come back to your breath. Next inhale, flex your right wrist, palm turning out. Fingertips spread wide up and slightly back towards your forearm. You might notice already difference between right side to left side again. A few big breaths here. Reaching out to the center of the palm, fingertips spreading out wide, up and back. Left ear to left shoulder. Body weight distribution equally from your right to left sit bone. And then straighten out to the your right wrist. We'll find the internal rotation, so the palm of your hand facing the wall behind you. Bend your right elbow so the back of your hand comes to the lower back. Check in here as long as there's no pull, strain in the shoulder head. Walk your fingertips up towards your left shoulder blade. Just checking in here. Notice the subtle difference in the stretch. And then with your next inhale, bring your chin towards your left shoulder, looking down the inner seam of your left arm towards your left collarbone. A few big breaths, more towards the back of the right side neck. And relax the muscles of the face, jaw, brow. Next inhale, bring your eye gaze forward. Reach your right arm out to the right, palm facing down. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. On your next inhale, gently bring your head, neck back to center. On your inhale, reach your arms out and up. Feel free to look up. Exhale, arms back by your sides. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, arms back by your sides. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. We'll add a twist. On your inhale, reach your arms out and up. On your exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. 1 more round each side. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. We'll hold for about 3 big breaths. So again, we're not really forcing the twist here. The fingertips ground us as well as our seat. Inhale, you find length. On the exhale, draw the navel in. Think of opening up through the mid-spine, chest. Eventually the head and neck, but again, no force. We want to keep the ears on the same plane. So notice if we tend to tilt to the right shoulder. Keep the chin parallel to the floor as you write rotation into the vertebra of the spine. Next inhale, you'll come back to center. On your exhale, we'll twist to your left. And we'll hold for a few big breaths. Again, inhale, you lengthen from your seat out to the crown. Exhale, you twist from your navel up the vertebra of your spine. Ears on the same plane. Notice if you tilt your head to the left here. And next inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hands back to the earth. Let's make our way into hands and knees, tabletop position. You can always pad your knees with a blanket, especially if you're working with a hardwood floor. Start with just a few rounds of cat-cow. We'll start to just build on top today. And we'll keep it slow, methodical movements and more of an even balance practice. So fingers spread wide, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Come into a neutral tabletop and come back to your breath. Samavriti or Ujjayi breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And as you inhale, draw your heart forward, tailbone back and slightly up without letting the lower abdomen and rib cage to drop down. Exhale, press down, draw the navel in, chin to chest, tailbone tucks, cat shape. Flexion of the spine. Inhale, you invite space. Chest, heart forward, tailbone back and slightly up without collapsing into the shoulders or the front body. Exhale, press down, draw the front body in, expanding through the back body. And just a few more on your own, moving with your breath. Inhale, we invite space into the front. Exhale, space into the back. Okay. Just a couple more here. You're more than welcome to close your eyes. Allowing your inner self, your guide, your intuition to support you as you move into the physical, subtle, as well as we tap into our mental and emotional bodies here.
So we'll start to add a little bit more movement. On your inhale, chest heart forward, tailbone back and up slightly. On your exhale, as you round into cat, let your hips shift back toward your heels into child's pose. And whatever variation of child's feels right. Inhale, you'll come back up. Chest heart forward, lengthening, creating space or inviting space. Exhale, round, hips back to the heels. Inhale. Exhale. Just a couple more. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Exhale. And as you come into child's pose, either stay here. If it's too much on your front body, you can sit back onto your heels. Those who are in child's pose, arms can stay extended out, palms can turn up, arms can come by your legs. This will give a nice shoulder release. Those who are sitting up with me, backs of the hands to your thighs, your lap. Let the palms turn up and out. This is a hand gesture of receiving energy, nutrients, nourishing. We'll find a little heat, bringing some awareness into our abdominal strength. We're not going to come into any kind of crunching sensation, but just more stabilization to support our growing bodies. So you'll come back to your hands and knees, tabletop position. We're going to work with sunbirds, but we're not going to really draw in today. We're just going to find length, holding in space. As we inhale, we'll lengthen, and as we exhale, we'll think of drawing physical body into the settle, so muscle into bone. So again, tabletop position. You can bring your knees slightly closer together. And step the right foot back, stay on the ball of your right foot. Hug into the thigh bone, lift up to the inner right thigh. Top of your left foot presses down, hug your outer left hip in. Notice how we want to lean into the left to compensate with balance. So hugging outer hip in, draw the front body in and up. So think pubic bone to the navel, navel into the spine, draw the front ribs into the body. Eye gaze slightly forward in front of you. Body weight will shift more to the right hand. On your next inhale, float your right leg up, no higher than parallel to the floor. Right foot is flexed, thigh muscle engaged. Lower belly in and up. You can stay here if you want more. Reach your left arm forward, palm facing in, fingertips can graze, or left arm floats up high, parallel to the floor. Come to your breath. On your inhale, you'll reach out in opposite directions. Exhale, press down, hug in, muscle to bone. 5 more big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug in, press down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, press, draw in. Inhale. Exhale, front body into back body. 1 more big breath. Inhale here. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, left hand, right knee to the floor. Take a moment in stillness. Step the left foot back, stay on the ball of your left foot. Hug into the left thigh, muscle to bone, lift up to the inner thigh. Right top of the foot pressing down firmly, hug outer hip into the body. Body weight will shift more to the left hand, left arm. From here, float your left leg up, no higher than parallel, keep the foot flexed. And then for more challenge, right fingertips come forward, grazing the floor, palm facing in. Or right arm up parallel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hold. Hug in, muscle to bone, front body into back body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hold. 4 more big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, press down. Draw the front body in. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, right hand, left knee to the earth. Either come back into a child's pose or sit back upon your heels. Take a moment in stillness. Palms can turn up. Arms can rest by the sides, those who are in child's pose. Come back to your breath. If you need more time in child's pose, please take it. When you're ready, you'll come into downward facing dog. So from tabletop, tuck the toes. On an inhale, lift your hips back, up. Exhale, heels press down to the floor. And just a few big breaths here. Feeling our connection into the earth to support and stabilize. So all 10 finger pads pressing down. Index and thumb included. Inner elbows hug in. Lift up out of the shoulders. Neck in line with the spine. Feet hip width, maybe wider for some of us. Heels pressed down. Inner thighs gently hugging in as they lift up back. And drawing the front body slightly in and up. Pubic bone to navel, navel to the spine. Front ribs in. We'll come into a mini flow. So from your downward facing dog, on an inhale, shift forward plank. Exhale, knees to the floor. Inhale, chest, heart forward. Exhale, hips back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, chest, heart forward. Exhale, tuck toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower, knees to the floor. Inhale, chest, heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, hips to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, chest forward. Exhale, tuck toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, shift forward plank. Exhale, knees to the floor. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, round the spine, hips back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, tuck toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more big breaths here. Last big breath. On your next inhale, come up high on the toes, look forward, walk your feet up towards your hands. You'll come into a forward fold. So do what feels right in your stance. Feet can be as wide as hips, maybe wider, those who are a little bit bigger in the front body. Knees can have a soft bend. If you can come all the way forward fold, please do. Grabbing opposite elbows, ragdoll. Again, those who are a little bit further in your pregnancy, forward folding might not feel as comfortable today. So either hands at the base of a chair or a block or a book. Just take a few big breaths. You can shift your body weight from side to side. Allow the body weight to come more forward. Shoulders away from the ears. From here, bring your hands to your block, shins or thighs. On an inhale, come up halfway. Fingertips can always stay to the floor too. Exhale, you'll come back into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And knees can always have a slight bend, excuse me. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. On this round, inhale, come up halfway. We're going to come into Malasana squat pose. Turn your heels in, toes turn out. You might need to widen your step. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend your knees, send your hips back towards your heels, coming into a squat position. If your heels are lifting off the floor, you can slide a blanket underneath the heels to close that gap. If your hips are high, so you have tight hips or tight knees, this is where sitting upon books or blocks will be nice. So once you've found your squat pose, hands palms together, elbows gently pressing into your inner thighs away from you, out to the sides. Keep lengthening through the tailbone down towards your heels. Draw the front body slightly in and up. And lift out through the heart space, chest space. Collarbones wide, shoulder blades broad into the mid-back. Neck is long. We're going to add a little bit of movement here. So inhale here. On your exhale, hands to the floor, blocks, hips up to the sky, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn your toes out, bend your knees, Malasana squat pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, block, hips up high, toes point forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn your toes out, bend the knees, Malasana squat pose. Inhale, hands to the floor, hips up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, turn your toes out, bend your knees, Malasana squat pose. Inhale, press down, toes point forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn your toes out, hips to the heels, Malasana. One more time, inhale, hips up, toes point forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, turn the toes out, bend the knees, squat pose. Inhale here, we'll hold. Exhale. We'll come into a gentle variation of flying squat or Malasana. Reach your right fingertips out to the right. On an inhale, left arm up to the sky. Feel free to look up. Next inhale, Malasana squat pose. We'll come into the other side. Left fingertips out to the left. Right arm, reaches up. You can look up. Next inhale, Malasana squat. Next inhale, hands to the floor or your block. Press your hips up, toes point forward, come back into a forward fold. And inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Give your knees a soft bend, hands to your hips, gently roll one vertebra up at a time until you make your way into an even stance, Tadasana or Samasthiti. So your feet can be hip width distance apart or closer together. It just depends on where you're at in your pregnancy. But maybe start to practice with your feet hip width apart to find more stability in your base, to support our growing babies, a growing form. Arms externally rotating out, palms facing out. And just shifting your body weight again slightly forward, slightly back, from side to side, and just notice where you feel more centered. So feel the pelvic floor beneath you. Root down to the ball mounds of your big toe, baby toe, heel. As you root down, the sense of gathering in to draw the energy back up to the stems of our legs, or the trunks of our legs, like a tree. The tailbone lengthens, so we find slight neutralization in the pelvis, space in the lumbar spine. And from the inner seams up into the front body pelvic floor, we find that subtle lift. Pubic bone to navel, navel gently draws back, lower ribs drawing in and down, shoulders stay over hips. And for those who are further in our pregnancy, it will be very subtle, anatomical, and energetic. It's more on an energetic base, but anatomical sensations, right? We're not really gripping or holding as we come into our stance. That balance between effort and ease here, just finding and feeling our support. And so eyes can stay closed for more challenge. We're going to find some balance here, or gently open your eyes. Hands can stay on your hips if balance is a challenge for you. Arms can come by your sides if you want more challenge. On your inhale, you'll come up high in the toes, reach your arms out and up. Exhale as your heels softly come to the floor, arms by your sides. A few more, inhale. As you lift up, keep lengthening tailbone down, draw the front body in and up, out to the fingertips. Exhale, float, heels to the floor. Let's do 4 more, inhale. Breath carrying you up. The exhale bringing you back softly down. 3 more. And you go as high as you can, maintain balance. You're strengthening out through the feet, the ankles, up through the chain of the legs, the knees, into our hips, our pelvis even here, the core. Last 2. Last round. Tadasana, inhale here. Exhale here. On your next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Bend your knees, send your hips back, chair pose, Utkatasana. This is too much on the shoulders, arms can be wide or hands can come to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. And you decide on how deep the bend of your knees should be, how deep your seat should be. So some of us can get really low here. This will bring more engagement into the thighs, but those who are bigger in the front body, it might take a lot more of our backside. So you do what feels right. Keep lengthening the tailbone back. I like to imagine there's a block between my inner thighs. As I press down with the feet, I'm hugging the block energetically. So my tailbone stays lengthened and the front body still draws in and up. That subtle, anatomical, energetic action here. Keep breathing, inhale, lifting out to the heart. Exhale, we root down. Again, you can think muscle back into bone. 2 more big breaths. Last big breath. On your exhale, forward fold over your straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down, rise all the way up and out. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms can come by your sides, Tadasana. From here, you'll shift your body weight to your right foot. On your inhale, bring your left knee up towards your chest. Doesn't have to be high. Toes can still graze the floor like a kickstand. Press down to the right foot, hug the outer hip in. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, or hands to the heart. Shift your upper body forward, extend your left leg back, come into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. So adjusting your stance once you're there. And we're not pulling or reaching for a sensation in the hip flexor, the psoas here, especially if you're feeling tender today, so you can close the distance between your legs. Right knee bends, arms stay wide, or hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you root, gravitate in and down. 2 more big breaths. Last big breath here. On your next inhale, open to the left, Warrior Two. So I'm not mirroring you guys. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh. Reach your left arm up over to the crown. Holding here with breath. Good. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Warrior Two. On your next inhale, straighten out for the right leg, turn your right toes forward. Inhale, lengthen out for the chest. Exhale, come into a forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Hands can come to the floor or underneath or toe block. Body weight shifts forward to the toes. Knees can have a slight bend. Inhale, find length. Exhale, you'll come deeper into your fold. Good. Just take a few big breaths here. Draw the front of your throat back, also known as Jalandhara Bandha, lock of the throat. So the neck is in line with the spine. Next inhale, you'll come up back halfway. We're going to come into a gentle twist here. So either left hand fingertips to the floor. You can use a block if you need to bring the floor higher to you, or a book. Again, I'm not mirroring you guys. Right hand to your right hip, sacrum. On an inhale, find length, shoulders down the backside. On your exhale, gently twist your upper body to your right. Left knee can have a slight bend. You want to think of lengthening out for the crown, out for the tailbone. Draw the front body in and up. On your exhale, maybe gently twist a little bit more. One more big breath. On your exhale, come back forward to center, into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right hand to the floor or your block underneath your chest. Left hand to your sacrum. Inhale, find length, shoulders down the backside. Again, right knee can have a soft bend. As you exhale, gently turn and twist to the left. Again, we're not forcing the twist in any way or form. Just as our seated twist, inhale, you'll lengthen. Exhale, the sense of drawing in to help mobilize the rotation of the spine. Inhale, center. Exhale, come back to your fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to your hips. Give your knees a slight bend. Come all the way back up. Exhale, turn your right toes out on the knee, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel, wheel your hands to the floor. Left heel turns up. Step your right foot back, plank pose. Be mindful of your body. Inhale here. Exhale, either lower all the way to the floor or knees to the floor. Inhale, cobra or your cow shape. Exhale, tuck toes. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come up halfway, look forward. Walk your feet forward towards your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, reach your arms out and up. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Arms by your sides, Tadasana. We'll come into the opposite side. So from Tadasana, you'll shift your body weight to your left foot, hugging the outer hip in. Bend your right knee. Right knee can float up, or toes can stay on the floor like a kickstand. Again, what doesn't feel like we're pulling into our hip flexors, the psoas here. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, or hands can come to the heart for balance. You'll shift your upper body weight forward. Give your left knee a soft bend as you step your right foot back, coming into your warrior one stance, Virabhadrasana one. Again, you adjust the length of your legs, the space between your legs. Keep your legs at least hip width distance widthwise. So 2 tracks or 2 lanes. Inhaling here. Exhale, we root down. Inhale, reaching up and out, front to back, side to side. Exhale, feel the connection of your feet. One more big breath. Next inhale, open to the right, warrior two. Again, I'm not nearing you guys. Go over your left fingertips. Inhale here. Exhale, sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh. Right arm up over to the crown. We hold for a few big breaths. Lengthen your tailbone to the back of the right leg heel. Draw the front body in. Feel that nice long line of energy down the center line of the spine. Out through the right leg heel, out through the fingertips. One more big breath. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse. From here, straighten out through the left leg. Bring your upper body back to center. Turn your left toes to face forward again. Longwise on your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale again, forward fold from your heart space. Hands to the floor or your block, your book. Inhale, lengthen halfway. We're going to come into half malasanas now. On your exhale, bend your left knee. Hips towards your heel. Left toes can turn out. You might stay high. If you have the mobility in your hips to your knees, you'll sit lower to the heel. Right foot can stay flat or toes can turn up. You walk from side to side. Inhale, you'll come back up. And hands can stay in your blocks or your floor or the book. And then inhale, you'll come back to center. Walk it over to the left side again. Do not force your hips in any way. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Couple more rounds. Inhale. Exhale to left. Inhale, center. Exhale to right. Inhale, center. Exhale to left. Inhale up to center, exhale over to the right. Last time. Inhale, you'll come back to center. All 10 toes point forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Body weight forward. Draw the front of the throat back. Hands can stay on the floor, blocks, or your books. You can always walk the hands in towards your center line. So the fingertips are on that same plane as your toe tips. Elbows draw in, shoulders up, top of the head drawing down. Inhale, come up halfway. And on this side, let's turn your toes to face the right side. So turn your right toes out to the right, top edge of your mat. Let your left toes turn forward with you. Hands to the floor, step right foot back, plank. Inhale here, shift body weight forward. Exhale, lower all the way down or knees to the floor. Inhale, cobra or cow shape. Exhale, tuck toes, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Any detoxifying, reducing breaths, please feel free. You can take a big breath into the nose, open the mouth, exhale everything out. You can do horse breaths, even lion's breaths here. Next inhale, come up behind the toes, exhale, knees to the floor, hips to heels, or sit back upon your heels, either child's pose or Virabhadrasana. Just take a moment in stillness. Palms can turn up and out. Arms can always come back by your sides, those who are in child's pose. From here, we'll come into pigeon pose. So come back to your hands and knees. Bring your right leg a little bit more forward in front of you. Start to tuck your left toes underneath your left foot. Slide your left leg back. Walk your right heel out in front of your left hip. And then reaching your left leg back, make sure your ankle, knee are in line with your hip. We want the hips to be fairly squared, so support your right hip if you need to. If you need to bring the floor higher to you. And you decide on how far your right heel is away from the front of your left hip. The further it is out in front, the shin becoming more parallel to the front edge of your mat, the deeper the outer hip stretch will be. Okay. So once you're here, once you're in your pigeon pose, on an inhale, find length. You're more than welcome to stay upright. This might feel really nice for some of us. On your exhale, you can start to lower further forward towards the floor. Again, be mindful of your front body. For some of us, coming closer to the floor might not be a big deal. Those who are growing in the front body, bring the floor higher to you underneath the forearms. Again, whether it's a block, you can use pillows here, books. Just take a few big breaths. Feel free to close your eyes, relax the muscles of the face, the jaw, the tongue, the throat. Next inhale, use your hands to gently press your upper body upright. We're going to switch sides. So if you have any prop underneath your right hip, you'll slide it out from underneath you. Shift the body weight to the right outer hip. Swing the left leg in front. You'll hook it in front of you. Heel towards the front of your right hip. Shift your body weight to the outer left hip to swing your right leg back. And from here, we'll level out the hips. So tuck your right toes underneath you, lift your right knee off the floor, make sure ankle, knee, and hip are in alignment. Then you decide on how far away your left heel is away from the front of your right hip. Always support your left hip with something if the floor is feeling far for you. And we don't want to hold or put any extra strain or weight into the hip joints. Want to find the support here. So once you have your pigeon, right foot, right toes can relax to the floor. Inhale, you'll find length. Again, you might stay here for a moment. When you're ready, you'll take it into a forward fold. Again, bringing the floor higher to you. If that's where you are at today in space, in your physical body and form, within your own pregnancy. And as we all know, each day is so different in our pregnancy path, so always honor where you're at. Do not judge. Be curious. Come from a place of compassion and love, self-love, as our bodies kind of morph into the shape to provide and give life. It's really such a wondrous part of our womanhood, I think, or transformation. Very empowering in many ways, and challenging, informative. And as we all know, it's not the most easy thing all the time. But that's where we practice curiosity and that self-compassion and love. We are doing so much as we provide for another life, as we give life. And next inhale, use your hands, gently press up. Remove any prop from underneath your outer left hip. We'll shift the body weight to the left side, swing the right leg out in front. From here, we'll come into a seated Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. So soles of the feet together, knees fall out to the sides. Again, you can support your legs if you feel like you're gripping a lot, in your hips today. Hands at your outer shins, inhale, find length. Keep the sit bones grounding you as you exhale, forward fold. Again, you decide on how deep you come into the forward fold. Keep lengthening out through the heart. The elbows can lightly press your thighs, your shins down and away. Neck in line with the spine, so draw the front of the throat slightly back. Jalandhara Bandha, left of the throat. Shoulders away from the ears. A couple more big breaths here. Next inhale, you'll come back upright. Those who can lie in the back, feel free to come onto your back side. You'll come into a supine twist. Those who cannot lie in the back, where it doesn't feel comfortable in your pregnancy phase, will stay in a seated upright spine twist, easy spine twist. So those who are laying down, you'll bring your right knee to your chest. You'll use your left hand to guide your right leg rolling to the outer edge of your left side body. Those who are seated up, on an inhale, you'll keep your legs hip width distance apart, flex out to the feet. You'll reach your arms out and up. And as we exhale, we'll twist over to the right. So we're all twisting to the right side. And as we inhale here, again, think of drawing energy from the crown into the bottom space of your lungs, around the navel. And as you exhale from your navel, out through the legs, the feet. 2 more big breaths in your twist. Those who are lying on the back, on your next inhale, you'll gently come to your back side, level out your hips, your shoulders, your spine. Those who are seated up, on an inhale, reach your arms out and up, come back to center, exhale, arms down. We'll come into the opposite side. So those who are laying down, left knee will come into your chest.
You'll use your right hand to guide your left leg, roll to the outer right side. Twisting open to the left arm up to the left, palm turning up, head and neck wherever feels best. Those who are sitting up, inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand to the outer right leg, thigh. Wherever you're at, you come back to your breath. Inhale through the crown, down into the lower lobes of your lungs, around the navel center. From your navel, as you exhale, down, out through the legs, out through the feet. 2 more big breaths. 1 more big breath here. Next inhale, you'll come back to your center, whichever variation of your twist that you're in. Those who are lying down will come into your final relaxation shape or Shavasana. Those who cannot lie down, you are more than welcome to prop your upper body up with a few pillows, blocks underneath your pillows, or you can stay seated upright, which is what I'll do today. So in a comfortable seated position, and you can sit upon a block, a blanket, a pillow. You can always create a reclined position, so you're at a slight incline rate. So the heart is still above you or above your legs, your feet, those who are bigger in the front body. So we're not pressing into the vena cava of the heart. You'll find your final relaxation shape, whether you're lying on the floor, maybe you're reclined, maybe you are seated. Let the eyes close, let them settle. Relax the jaw, space between the brow. Shoulder blades soft into the mid-back. Wherever you're at today, feel the sacrum, the shoulder blades, and the back of the head all on the same plane. Allow the breath to ease, allow it to soften, coming back to your natural, effortless breath. And take a few moments in your own time to allow all parts of self to draw back inward, downward. Your final resting Shavasana position.